Welcome to day 2. So this is the first day of our standard programming. So here goes. Now that we've done our tests, this is where the real fun begins. Owing to the way the first few days in January 2021 actually are going, which is the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're going to do a full body workout today, and then we're going to rest tomorrow. This full body workout will involve a little bit of everything. We're going to use some arms, some legs, some core. We're going to possibly do some of the yoga moves as well. It's going to give you a taster of what's to come and show you really the kind of variation that Ring Fit has to offer you as a workout program. This serves as a primer for our body as well, so if you notice that you are having certain issues or certain tightness in certain areas, keep a note of it, and then you can try and make adaptations with the exercises a little bit later as well. It can show where you need to focus training, focus stretching, or avoid training, that sort of thing. Now, this is also the day where we're going to first pick our level. Level 1 is for pure beginners, level 2 is for those who have a bit of knowledge, so kind of intermediate level, and level 3 is for those who would classify themselves as more advanced and have been doing this sort of thing, working out regularly for a while. Think about your own ability and then choose a level appropriate to it. It's okay to be any level. It doesn't as long as it's relevant to you and you're not going to overhurt yourself or anything like that, that's what's important. It's not a competition against anyone else, you just have to be better than you were yesterday. Each day I'll have a timestamp in the description and on the video so that you can just click to the relevant level workout that you want to do. So once you've picked your level, we'll find your workout, listen to the information for each day, because you could get information as to why you're working out or any specific instructions, whether it's to do with timing and such like that. For level 2 and 3, the reps are set in the middle, and then you can change them lower or higher depending, as long as you keep that same exercise. For level 1, keep to the reps specified. So this is the level 1 workout for the day. You have 2 options, my level 1s. If you have not started adventure mode, then feel free to complete a few levels up to that, even up to the first boss if you're able to do so. Doing Drago on the same day may be unfeasible, so do what you will, or do this custom set. Now, the playlist is built from the beginning exercises. We're going to get used to the game's controls and have a light jog to start in the beginner stage, and then go into squats and overhead press, 2 moves that hit large leg and back muscles to perform. These are compound movements using multiple muscles, and we'll perform these earlier in a set as they may need more energy to perform. Make sure that when you perform the squat, keep your upper body upright, almost like you're slightly puffing your chest out. Keep your knees aligned with your feet, i.e. pointing in the same direction. We have 2 sets of the squats and overhead presses before a light jog to shake our legs off. We'll then do 2 more core focus movements to finish up. The chair pose, which shows off some isometric holding and the intensity that can bring, and the knee to chest, which will work directly on the abs. We'll then end with 2 cardio areas to keep our heart rate up, Beginner and Drago 1. This is a good beginner's mix of work and showcases a few different areas we'll work over the next few weeks. But if you are feeling absolutely done at some point, maybe at the end of knee to chest, you can break there and go into the cool down. That's absolutely fine. This is the level 2 workout for the day. We're going to be using some moves from further into the adventure and work through multiple areas. We're going to start with the legs and posterior chain. The knee lift, squat and overhead bend will target these areas nicely, and although the overhead bend will hit the upper body and core as well, it's great for good control over the lower back, which requires the glutes. Keep your back neutral and don't bend further with the upper body, keep it parallel to the ground where you can. We'll use the overhead arm twist for some active recovery, as well as to warm the shoulders up slightly for the back press and tricep kickback, 2 moves hitting the larger spinal erector muscles on the back, as well as the triceps on the arm. They're both pretty good skills for improving posture, owing to the necessity of holding that position when performing the move. We'll then do a couple of longer cardio areas. Now, I've chosen starting block bridge and disturbance meadow here. If there's a different cardio area that has aerobic in the description, if you've unlocked it or you want to sub that out, feel free. We then use a couple of good abdominal moves. Leg raise targets the lower parts of the abs and the hips, whereas the seated ring raise gets us around the top near the diaphragm and rib cage. It's a good full body workout. This is the level 3 workout for the day. It's going to use some of the more complex moves, but nothing too full on today. We're going to be doing variety and some volume with that variety as well. Hip lift starts our workout today, which will prime your glutes for the squat and revolved crescent lunge pose. The lunge uses rotational movement in the transverse plane to challenge our upper body whilst isolating the legs as well. We then exercise the hip hinge and shoulders with the standing forward fold, which is an interesting move that gives some form of active recovery whilst also hitting important joint functions. The back press and the shoulder press are then our upper body work. Now, this features heavy use of the deltoids and traps for stability. We're then hitting our little cardio block for this full body session. I've opted for push-pull, shrine and tornado temple for the use of the ring con in different ways, hitting the chest and abs. If you haven't unlocked these, sub them out for alternative levels like Drago Stadium 1, Dash Along Tower, etc. We then finish with 2 dynamic core exercises. The knee to chest, which moves in the sagittal plane, and the open-closed leg raise, which uses the frontal plane to do our movements and work out our abs. The variety in movement is key for this session, and I feel this hits us in a lot of different ways without being hyper intense either. As I said in my FAQ, if you have actually unlocked all of these exercises and all of these areas, then feel free to do it in adventure mode. If you want to progress through some of the more of the story, yeah, why not? Why not? As long as you're doing the right exercises in the right order, that's what's important. I'd make sure that you tick complete all skills in the settings menu to make sure that you don't miss some reps as well, because you want to be working this for reps. If you haven't unlocked those necessary moves, please stick to custom mode, alright? Now each day when we're doing this workout, I'm going to be doing a fit fact. I'm going to be giving you some information, something kind of cool to know. And today's is a bit of a doozy. It's just a really fun fact to start off with. All muscles pull. I really thought it did both. It would pull and I thought it would pull and then push. But actually they all pull. So your bicep pulls your forearm up in a bicep curl, but then when it goes down, it's actually your tricep pulling your forearm down, and this just relaxes. It's not actually doing that pull or push motion. It's actually an opposite muscle. It removes that angle, and this is found all over the body as well in lots of different ways. You get these pairings, which is an agonist and an antagonist. Yeah, some really cool stuff I thought you'd like to know. So once you're done, give yourself a huge pat on the back because you've completed your first full day of work. How are you feeling about it? How did you think the structure was? Give me feedback in the comments if you'd like, and yeah, I'll adapt what I can where I can. This is the start of something great for you, okay? So keep sticking with it, keep working, we're gonna do something awesome. Alright, I'm gonna see you tomorrow for a nice little rest.